Imagine sitting in a courtroom, the air heavy with tension. A man stands accused of murder, but his defense is unlike any other. He claims a demon took control of him. This isn't fiction. In 1981, Arne Cheyenne Johnson's trial shocked America. Could someone be innocent of a crime they physically committed? Could evil itself be put on trial? The story began not with a crime but with a child's terror in a quiet Connecticut town. The case had everything: a loving family, a tormented boy, and events that defied explanation. At the center was Arne Johnson, who made a desperate challenge to a force he couldn't comprehend. His plea, not guilty by reason of demonic possession, forced everyone to confront a chilling question: do we believe in the devil, and can he be held responsible for human actions? The legal proceedings were unprecedented. Never before had a defense attorney argued that their client was a vessel for a demonic force. The prosecution scoffed, the media swarmed, the public was captivated, torn between belief and skepticism. How do you prove possession? How do you cross-examine a demon? For the Glatzel family, this was no joke. The evil felt real, and its consequences were deadly. Before the headlines, there was just a family, the Glatzels, ordinary people caught in an extraordinary nightmare. Their ordeal would ensnare Arne Johnson, the boyfriend of their eldest daughter, Debbie. He was loyal, hardworking, and deeply in love. He would do anything to protect the family he hoped to join. In the end, he did. He offered himself up to save a child, sealing his own fate. This act set the stage for a crime forever linked to the chilling claim, "The devil made me do it." The world would soon watch as faith, fear, and the law collided in a Connecticut courtroom. The question of evil's role in human actions would echo far beyond those walls. The story of Arne Johnson would become a national sensation, blurring the line between reality and nightmare. And it all began with a single, terrifying encounter. Summer, 1980. The Glatzel family moved into a new home in Brookfield, Connecticut, hoping for a fresh start. 11-year-old David helped clean up the property with his mother and Arne Johnson. But David claimed to see an old man with dark eyes, who threatened him if the family moved in. Soon David was plagued by nightmares, visions of a beastly man with horns, black eyes, and jagged teeth, speaking in Latin and promising to steal his soul. The family tried to reassure him, but the terror only grew. Odd things began happening, unexplained noises, objects moving, cold spots that followed David. David changed. He spoke in strange voices, recited passages from books he'd never read, and suffered mysterious scratches and bruises. He convulsed violently, displaying unnatural strength. The Glatzels, devout Catholics, began to fear something truly evil had attached itself to their son. Isolated and terrified, they watched as David's condition worsened. The line between nightmare and reality vanished. The family was facing a waking horror. The Glatzel home became a prison of fear. David's violent episodes intensified. He thrashed, snarled, and claimed a demonic beast was trying to take control. He described seeing a creature with hooves and horns, visible only to him. The family watched helplessly as their gentle boy was torn apart by an invisible force. Desperate, they turned to their church, blessing the house and praying for relief, but the activity escalated. David's convulsions grew more violent, his words more blasphemous. He lost weight, couldn't sleep, and sometimes levitated in bed. In trances, he spoke of 43 demons inside him, naming them and describing their sinister purposes. The family recorded these chilling episodes, capturing the sounds of a child seemingly possessed. Arne Johnson, Debbie's boyfriend, moved in to help, witnessing the full horror. He comforted David, held him down during fits, and saw the terror in everyone's eyes. Arne's need to protect the family grew desperate. He was determined to end the nightmare, no matter the cost. With nowhere else to turn, the Glatzels called Ed and Lorraine Warren, famed paranormal investigators. Ed, a demonologist, and Lorraine, a clairvoyant, had seen countless hauntings, but David's case alarmed them. Lorraine sensed a powerful, malignant presence focused on the boy. Ed documented the events, concluding this was a full-blown demonic possession. The Warrens believed the entity's goal was to possess and destroy David's soul. They placed religious artifacts in the house, led prayers, and recorded David's disturbing episodes. Lorraine claimed to see the demon tormenting David. The Warrens warned David was infested by a legion of demons, using him as a gateway. Only a formal exorcism, they said, could save him. They petitioned the Catholic Church for intervention before it was too late. The Catholic Church hesitated, unconvinced the case met the criteria for exorcism. The Glatzels, desperate, proceeded with minor exorcisms, aided by several priests in the Warrens. The rites were harrowing. David's body contorted, his voice shifted from shrieks to guttural roars, and the entity mocked their faith. Arne Johnson was always present, restraining David and witnessing the torment. Overwhelmed, Arne did something reckless. He challenged the demon directly. "Take me on! Leave the boy alone," Lorraine Warren warned him. "You don't know what you're doing." In the chaos, Arne's act seemed selfless, but the Warrens believed such invitations were binding. The exorcisms continued, and for a time David improved. The family dared to hope the nightmare was over, but in the world of the supernatural, hope is fragile. The darkness was not gone, it was waiting. Arne's challenge had opened a door, and something had stepped through. After Arne's challenge, calm returned. David recovered, and the family believed the ordeal was over. Arne and Debbie moved to a new apartment seeking a fresh start, but soon, Debbie noticed changes in Arne. He became moody, withdrawn, and fell into strange trances. He saw the same beastly figure David had described, felt watched, and grew paranoid. Arne's behavior turned erratic, growling, hallucinating, waking with unexplained scratches. Debbie recognized the signs and tried to help, but Arne denied anything was wrong. He was losing control. Drawn back to the old house, Arne hoped to confront the evil at its source. Lorraine Warren saw the same dark aura around Arne that had once surrounded David. She warned the demon had accepted Arne's invitation and was waiting for a moment of weakness. No one could predict the horror to come. The stage was set for tragedy. February 16, 1981. Arne Johnson spent the day with Debbie, her family, and Alan Bono, their landlord. The group drank and listened to music, but tension grew. Bono became aggressive, grabbing Debbie's young sister. Arne intervened, and witnesses described a terrifying change. His eyes went black, and he slipped into a trance. He growled like an animal, pulled a pocket knife, and stabbed Bono repeatedly. The attack was sudden and brutal. Bono was mortally wounded. As the trance lifted, Arne looked at the knife and the fallen man in shock. He walked away, later found by police with no memory of the attack. Arrested and charged with murder, Arne told a story not of anger, but of a demon and a lost battle for his soul. His first words to the Warrens, "I think I hurt someone." The case would soon become a national sensation. The line between reality and the supernatural had been crossed. The world would soon judge whether evil could truly possess a man. The trial was about to begin. The question, was Arne Johnson a killer or a victim of something unthinkable? The answer would haunt everyone involved. Arne Johnson's trial began in October 1981, unlike anything seen before. His lawyer Martin Minella pleaded not guilty by reason of demonic possession. The plan called the Glatzel family priests and the Warrens as witnesses. The media frenzy was immediate. The "devil made me do it" case captivated the world. Judge Robert Callahan swiftly rejected the demonic possession defense, calling it unprovable and irrelevant. Minella pivoted, arguing self-defense. The jury never heard about the possession or exorcisms. On November 24, 1981, Arne was found guilty of first-degree manslaughter. He was sentenced to 10-20 years, serving just under 5. The legal battle ended, but the controversy was just beginning. The story refused to fade. After the trial, the story of Arne Johnson and the Glatzel family lived on. Ed and Lorraine Warren stood by their claims, publishing a book and giving interviews. For them, the court's ruling didn't matter. They believed the truth had been ignored. But cracks appeared. In 2007, David and his father sued the Warrens, calling the possession a hoax. David claimed he suffered from mental illness, not demons, and accused the Warrens of exploitation. The family was divided. Debbie and Arne stood by the original story. The case became a cultural touchstone, inspiring documentaries and the film The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. For believers, it validated faith in the unseen. For skeptics, it was a cautionary tale about hysteria and exploitation. The truth remains buried under conflicting accounts and Hollywood dramatizations. The line between fact and faith, reality and nightmare, is forever blurred.